Man, you just like fucking with me. You really do.
I didn't even do that.
Yes, you do.
Know me live, right?
It's okay. They heard me say that before. Hello, family.
What's
I
up,
didn't do
family?
nothing, man. I did nothing.
We coming in raggedy as hell, man. What's up, family? This is Soul Food Sneaker Talk with the Soli Trinity. I'm gonna go ahead and introduce the family because we hyped today. We hyped,
already
man.
fired up for real.
We already fired up, man. So let's go ahead and introduce the people. We got the man that gives us the street cred, the homie that has our back and gives us the daps like no other. Dabs, aka Sneak Meal. Say what's up to the people, bro.
What's good, family? Man, I'm happy to be back here another week. This is episode number 24. OG has said something earlier today. We was talking to Marco Polo, and he said we've been doing this thing for about 6 months now. It doesn't seem like it. It doesn't seem like it, but 6 months, that's something that's freaking, that's amazing when you think about half a year. We got half a year down the chute. We're going to give you another half a year to go. You know, keep rocking with us.
For sure, for sure. And aside from Dabs, the other 2/3, 1/3 of the 3/3 of the Soli Trinity, the professor, the real professor of the show, the presidential one, the man that does all the legwork to get us into those places we ain't supposed to get into. He lets us behind the curtain. OG Sneakers, a.k.a. Shoe Mo D. Say what's up to the people, bro.
What's going on, family? If I offended anybody with my entrance tonight, I do so solemnly apologize because that was not very presidential. So you charged it to my head and not to my heart. I'm coming to you live from the heartland. No shoes in the peripheral because I'm in a hotel again in Des Moines, Iowa. Hey, so man, just color me committed today.
Hey, I feel you, man. We appreciate it. And y'all know who I am, the third of the Soli Trinity. Beer Jedi, a.k.a. the Black Alex P. Keaton. We're going to go with a little bit of wrestling this week, a.k.a. Stone Cold Steve Flossin, a.k.a. Kick Flair, a.k.a. Chris Benoit, a.k.a. Fresh Luger. We're going to give you another one, the Suntan Superman, better known as Kickstopher Reeves. How y'all doing this week, man?
Wow. Classic. Loved it.
You got to come up with a new one every week, man.
You know how we just said it's been 6 months.
It's been
it ain't enough feet. It ain't enough feet for that. I'm doing the main duty of the hosting. So we got Team Early. Dabs, are you able to check with Team Early, see who we got in the building?
Oh, no doubt. We got Timber Stan. We got Cadillac Jackson, 804 King of Foams, Laidback 09, Rob. Rob, come on, Rob. You got to give me something more than just Rob. But what's up, Rob? What's going on? Young Civic in the building, KJ Mark, Ricardo Bonner, OG Kicks. That's who's in the building right now.
I think Jermaine Manning was in earlier. Jamie White. Those are people I saw early when we were getting propped up. The Monday Midsoul's in the building. What's up, fam? Illa Ills. Yeah, Rob, we got to get you a better name, bro. If that's your YouTube name, we got to get you a better name. we need a little bit more personality on there, Rob.
Roberto.
Well, we got Ricardo Bonner, so Ricardo and Roberto, y'all brothers, y'all cousins. So we came in fired up today. The topic of the show was top 5, but we came in fired up. Dabs, let them know what's got you fired up today.
All right, on the real, I just wanted to ask the family a question because I had asked OG and Beer Jedi a question. Was Kicks Square legit? So in the comments below, we're gonna continue the conversation. But if you have purchased from Kick Square, I just want to know. The only reason I'm asking because right now they got the alternate motorsports. It's the new black and blue 4 joints that's about to come out whenever. I think a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. And they got them for the retail price of $189 already. So I was wondering how the hell can they sell something early for a retail price? So therefore, I wanted to ask. That's why it got me thinking. Man, is Kick Square? Is it legit? Somebody really ordered from or what? That's all I wanted to know. That's all. Then we got a little heated from that, but it's all good. It's all good.
And for those that rock with it, we're not casting aspersions on them. We don't know. None of us have ever bought from them, so we're just literally asking: are they legit? If you don't know, if you haven't bought from them, we're not asking you, and that's no shade.
So Cadillac says yes, he's got the Soulfly 23s from there.
Okay, that's what's up, Caddy. We're gonna be watching that. You don't know how we do when we get the show started. We talk about the appetizer and the hump day heat. I feel like the appetizer is probably gonna be a little light. We had people traveling. We had other people with things going on, so we're gonna open that up to the chat for real. But let's start with a little bit of hump day heat. OG sneakers, since you in good old Iowa, what you got on feet today? What was the hump day heat?
I gotta grab it. I was in professional mode today, so that was a hump day heat.
Oh, look
with
at
the
you.
lunar grams, with the lunar lines on the bottom.
The lunar grand penny loafers with no penny. When did they stop putting the coin in the front?
They never put the
showing
coin
my
in the
age.
front, bro. Yeah, you had to put your own coin in there, and I just
Right, that's
didn't
what I
put it in
mean. So why didn't you put the dime or the penny?
That's only on the maroon joints with the large opening. See, these don't, they are fake out. They don't have the opening where you can actually even put a coin in it.
So you got on bootleg penny loafers?
Hey, man, talk to Kohan. It is what it is. But that was it for me. I had to run real light for this trip.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. Dabs, what did you have on feet today for hump day heat?
Do you really want to know?
Absolutely.
Run it. Come on, man.
1 foot presentation, literally. I did not throw anything on today. Work's been really hectic, so I didn't go anywhere. I didn't have time.
Get him, chat. Get him, chat. Name Dab shoes for the day. Get him, chat. King of Phones said you had 2 TMI.
TMI.
I see
Indian
you.
style 8s. Indian. I'm gonna start 1s.
Get it.
Give us 3.
Young Civic played today. He had on the Vic 2.
No, the Jesus lows. Wait a minute.
See, I set myself up, man. You put the heat on me today. It's all good. I want it.
The funny part is he always shows the foot. Go ahead.
1 second. Don Turner, stop that. Don't stop that, Don Turner. We're not having that tonight. Okay.
Don Turner went back to last week, didn't he? I can feel it. That's a Don Turner soul. I can feel that.
He's on here. He's typing "Go Warriors." I told him we're not having it tonight.
No, it's over. I'm flipping over.
Okay. You a Warriors fan this week?
I ain't wear my Cavs hat this week, so
wow.
I got a Warriors hat actually in the back. I was
wow.
That bandwagon, baby. Woo! Clay Thompson.
Wow.
Bandwagon on 4 flats, bro. Today I went with the Iverson questions, the misunderstood joints. It's my first time rocking these today. I really like the silhouette of the Iverson, but I don't really like the execution of this shoe. Like, the theory is perfect, the concept is perfect, but this suede is a little ashy, and it looks even more ashy when you're trying to rock it with gray and black. But I still like the shoe. It's not gonna get a lot of love in the rotation. This might end up being a display shoe, but that's what I had on feet today. As far as the appetizer, where we talk about what we picked up this week, it's a hella light week for me. I didn't pick up anything. I did order something. It didn't show up today, so I might have to show that to y'all next week. Supporting small business, and I'll talk about that more on the next show. Dabs, what did you pick up this week?
Picked up 3 pair. Let me grab them. I showed them on the page. I think except one of them. So the first one I showed, did a video on this week, was these bad boys right here. The Jordan Future Premiums. Retail was $375. I got these off eBay for $45. Look like they've been worn probably 1 or 2 times. I haven't really worn them yet, but they crazy.
Question.
The leather is crazy on these joints.
When we talked about, you did the video for another pair of Futures or something. And I said, what would they look like with the brown leather? You said, isn't that the pair you said you didn't like?
What would this pair look like in brown leather?
Yeah, so you got like the premiums or something like that. And I said, I wonder what they would look like in brown leather. You said, I saw them, they look terrible. And then you went and bought them.
I thought you were talking about the Horizons.
Oh, you're right. It is the Horizons.
Yeah, the Horizon got that brown crocodile leather.
Yeah, that one looked terrible. Yeah, you're right about that. Carry on, sir.
Sure thing.
Party time.
Grabbed these from my boy, and you already see that he scuffed them up. Literally, I bought these, I think it was Friday or Saturday. He's worn them twice, and you see the damage already. You know what I'm saying? So that boy, he eats these shoes alive. And then for my wife, dead stock pair of these EQT joints. These joints are mad dope in my opinion. The front kind of flat looking, but other than that, man, I think they execute this shoe very nicely. I'm gonna grab me a pair when that price jumped down, but these dope in my opinion.
Yeah, I wanted those the collab on those from Overkill that dropped that weekend that we were over across the pond. It was a real nice setup, but I couldn't get my hands on them.
Mm. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What did you end up picking up this week, OG?
I got something on the way, but it hasn't arrived, so I'm light work this week.
It's I was looking at the releases.
Oh no,
stuff
I lie. I did have one pickup.
What you got?
The second pair of the Puma Coogee collab, the black pair.
The black
has
pair.
the Coogee sweater material on the Puma stripe. I did pick those up. I was in the mall actually getting tickets for the chutneys and went into Shoe City. And I had walked out, didn't get anything, and saw the shoes on the mannequin. I was like, y'all got those? So I did pick them up. So I actually have both pair. I haven't done a video on either one of them yet, but yeah, I was glad to be able to pick those up. It's really dope.
That's what's up. I'm looking at the chat. Chat, let us know what y'all purchased this week or what you had on feet. Like I said, I saw that Young Civic had on the Vic 2s. I never really got around to the Vics. Like they cool looking, I guess, but that whole smooth toe thing, I'm like, they don't look comfortable.
I had the Vicks with the big Nike sign on the side, and they had the red strip going down the middle on the toe. You talking about that pair or the one with the strap? Because I don't like the one with the strap.
No, he had on the one you're talking about.
Okay, I got rid of those, man. They fit really funny.
Man, Real World Kicks a couple of weeks ago had the crazy pickup. I can't remember which one of the Vicks he got, but he picked up a Vicks, and it was some special thing that they had in Atlanta, and he got both the shoes autographed by Mike, and Mike did a video drop for his channel. So I was like, hey, man, he won that day. I was hating real bad. So shout out to Real World Kicks.
Gotta play that Mike Vick intro in all your videos from now on.
Yes, sir.
Now you know that you're gonna have the people coming after you. Peter gonna be after you every time you play that. Every time you play that bite, but you gotta play it every time, man. Props to Vic. Just got Vic to sign my shoes last week. Homie looking super happy. Yeah, I guess he is looking happy. I mean, he found a way to make money. You know what I'm saying? I think he's finally out of the doldrums. They're not even coming after him anymore about that dog shit, especially since he's not playing. So he got his little sneaker line and clothing line coming out. So that's what's up. I want to take a second to catch up with OG because even though we got those two videos out to the tune of about an hour, like you shot a little motion picture. Tell us about London firsthand for us, how you feel about the trip and that kind of stuff.
Man, I don't even know where to start, first of all.
How many black people did you see? I'm going to ask because I'm a black man. How many black people did you see?
A lot.
That drummer was dope.
more than you would think.
Really?
But I wasn't necessarily surprised because as a musician and friends of mine that I know have been over, to play, I didn't necessarily walk down the street. To me, and I think I said this in the video, to me it has a very New York City kind of feeling, both from the kind of United Nations type of melting pot of different nationalities that are present there. The way that you have kind of this old kind of architecture, and then in some parts of the city you have modern stuff that has come up right next to it. It just really has a very, very New York feel. I heard someone else say that it kind of has a Massachusetts feel, which still kind of falls in the same, a northeastern, major city kind of vibe to it. Streets are really, really narrow, crazy, in terms of that, and people drive crazy like they're in New York. Not quite as fast, but still kind of crazy. But really, the reality of having been there, and it is still kind of sinking in for me. And the fact that I went there as it relates to sneakers, when I was there, I started using a hashtag, sneakers did this. And I asked people, like, if you do anything that, you never thought that you would do or go and sneakers has something to do with it, or you take them with you, use that hashtag because, it's opened a lot of doors and allowed me to go and sent me to places that I necessarily, and gave me opportunity to meet people, that I never thought that I would do. the history and everything. I mean, it's just really weird. Like I'm a James Bond nerd. So to be in London, you know, and kind of walk those streets and, you know, looking at it from that standpoint. And then I'm like an old Disney movie type of person. So like every movie seems like to me when I was a kid that was from Disney, all the actors were British. So they were talking with these, you know, proper British accent or the rough Cockney accent. So to actually be there amongst, you know, kind of that culture, you know, it was real surreal for me. The people were just dope, man. I can't say any kind of way. It was no kind of, it was like Ali Vita and Curly Head Weirdo on steroids in terms of just, you know, just genuine love and openness, especially I won't say everywhere, but as it relates to sneakers, you know, definitely, you know, open. You know, shout outs to King of VI. I hit him up, you know, just to ask him some questions before I went over, and I had never DM'd him or anything before. I followed him on Instagram, but he definitely, you know, showed love and answered my questions, and we linked up, you know, when we got down there. Also met some other, shout out to the family from Trap Magazine and Trap Sneakers over there. The King of Trainers. I learned that, you know, I was having conversation. I was talking about sneakers and people didn't really understand me because over in the UK, they don't use sneakers. It's trainers. Everything is trainers. If we were thinking about having a conversation about trainers, you would be thinking specifically like a trainer shoe, you know, like the Bo Jackson or something like that. Right. But no, trainers is every shoe. They call Jordans trainers. So it took me a minute to kind of follow conversations sometimes when they were talking. But it was just a really, really cool opportunity. I had an opportunity to have some conversations, you know, with folks that I don't normally get a chance in the sneaker game, that I don't normally get a chance to have a conversation with. And sometimes it wasn't a conversation. It was just kind of standing around ear jacking. To be able to see the Crep store, you know, before anybody went in it before, was just a really unique, dope opportunity. It's a very cool store that, you know, if they had something like that over here, you know, it would be like Vegas, New York, you know, some place like that. But it's a really dope experience. You know, from the standpoint of the price point of the shoes, you know, it ain't gonna be for everybody, but they're not doing it for everybody. Like where they're located, one of the guys was telling me, I'm not gonna point out any type of people, but they just say that's a place where money people come and they just pull up and they have their assistant get out and say, I need these 10 shoes. They put them in the bag, they get in the car and they drive off. And so that's the type of clientele, you know, that's not necessarily thinking about what they want to spend. We were in one store, me and Caesar one day, that someone had recommended to us, and it was off the beaten path. And if you went into it, like the neighborhood it was in, when we got out the Uber, I was like, where's this place at? Because it don't look like there's no shoe place, but it was a huge place. And there was a guy in there from South Africa. He bought like 10 pairs of shoes while we were standing there. And I mean, it was heat, you know, it was black and white cement threes. What else did he buy? A couple LeBrons, some Ferrari 14s, you know, stuff like that, that in that type of store, you paying some kind of money for, but they can't get it. So they just make the trip over, come, do what they need to do, and, you know, keep moving. So, but the sneaker con was cool. You know, I didn't, obviously, because I was jumping between doing the podcast and trying to do a little live, you know, vlogging and that type of thing. I didn't get a chance to you know, kind of take in the boost and stuff like I really would wanted to. But it was real good. They had a long ass queue, which is the line to get in, wrapping around one side of the block and down and around. So about two sides of the building that we were in. But it wasn't so many people that it was just like too crowded or anything like that. It was,
yeah, I saw you said it. That kind of stuck out to me for some reason, that you were saying how much more space. Like, do you feel like the venue was, like, more attention was paid to detail, like it was a nicer venue and stuff like that, or is the culture just that different?
Well, I think two things. First of all, one of the, I think it was King of Trainers and both the King of VI was sharing with me that this was the first time that an outsider had come and done a sneaker event in the UK. There are some homegrown UK entities that had pretty much kind of had the game on lock. And there was really some kind of ebb and flow within the community as to whether or not they even wanted to have SneakerCon come in. So he was saying in the beginning, there were people that were kind of cautious or leery about it. But at the end, they were very much impressed with the execution. The venue that it was in is the largest venue that a sneaker event had ever been in the UK. They were generally in much smaller kind of venues. So, it was probably over the course of that day, at least 10,000 people that came through. But it was never like sometimes a SneakerCon where you just get that, like Dabs, you were in Cleveland, that in the beginning it was just that mad rush and it was bodies all over the place and you couldn't move around and see what you wanted to see. It was that way at points or in certain, like for certain vendors, but for the most part you could move around a whole lot easier than what we're accustomed to here. But it was still, it didn't look like, oh, nobody showed up.
Gotcha.
And you know that they did well because I don't think the date's up yet, but I understand they're going back in December.
Damn.
So they wouldn't go to some place twice in 1 year if it was not a successful, venture.
So it was like SneakerCon put on by Crep kind of thing, or like was Crep the main?
Just in terms of the business part of it, I can only speculate on it, but I know that the guy who does SneakerCon, from my perspective, works with Crep kind of as a partner, because if you go to any SneakerCon, you always see that Crep has a very large presence.
Okay.
But also Crep has used SneakerCon to kind of build their brand, and get their situation out there amongst the community, among some other ways that they've done that. So I'm sure that Crep was instrumental in assisting SneakerCon to come to the UK.
Right.
And the fact that it was on their, basically in their hometown, of course they're going to put on. They had a half of a basketball court set up where people were doing free throw shots to see, if they could win, bags of Crep products. Then on the other side, if you watch the video, you saw this huge display that they had for Crep. And then, of course, had Kais right next to them, who's kind of one of their flagship influencers, if you will. And then they had another setup, which we were on the other side of, that was representing the store, the presented by, which had a long line because they were giving away a chance to wear a pair of Air Max. And I understood over a period of time they were to win. Like you get a raffle or something like that. So it wasn't like you were paying anything. It was like they're taking information and raffle and whatever. They were going to raffle off a pair of Air Max. So it was dope. I definitely want to go back to kind of find out, get a little bit more deeper into the sneaker culture part, because now that I've met some people and have some connections, I feel like that I'll be able to see some things that maybe, on this trip I wasn't able to do. And I would like to take my family back too, because it's like, you get to London and there's so many other places you can go. Like it's only 2 hours on the train to go to the Netherlands to visit Ali. It's 2 hours, well, actually about 90 minutes on the, fast train to go to Paris.
Yeah.
So there's, a lot of different places that you could go one spot and, do day trips to different places. So it really kind of took down the barriers for me in terms of, European travel.
Gotcha. Did you get recognized?
Actually, no. And it was funny that you should ask that, because a couple times people stopped me and asked me, could they take a picture? I was like, okay, yeah, cool. But what they wanted to take a picture of was my shoes. Because I was wearing the wing ones. And, of course, they had just not too long dropped. And so people were like, oh, you got the wing ones, gotta take a picture. So after about the second time I got stopped, I knew it was not because they recognized me, but it was because they wanted to take a picture of the shoe. It was all good.
Yeah, at least they respect the shoe. You said they was in the runners, but they knew what that Jordan was. They knew what you had on foot. Sneakerhead Clothing Line said they need him in the 3-point contest for SneakerCon LA.
Oh yeah. Oh, so we didn't talk about the Chicago thing that I wanted to mention about that, but we can get to that later, or I can mention it now.
Go for it now.
So of course I didn't go to Chicago, but I was looking at some of the footage. shout out to G4 Vision, because it was his video that I saw. As I understand it, because Chicago was a 2-day event, they had 2 kind of events on the basketball court. So the first day they had a 3-point contest.
Right.
And I saw some of the video and some of the people that was in I ain't been on the court in a minute, and I could have done better than some of those people. And I know, Sneakerheads clothing line, played in college, semi-pro, overseas. So I was like, dude, why were you not in that, in that mix? And he was like, well, I don't know. He was trying to be humble. So I'm going on a campaign. I already had a campaign about getting Dabs in. So now I'm going back on my campaign that Dabs has to get in one of those games for SoleFood SneakerTalk, and my man from Sneakerheads clothing line definitely needs to be included in one of those events. I'm just going to be on the grind for that. And I encourage all of the family, when you see those posts come up on Instagram, who you think should be in it, Dabs and Sneakerheads clothing line, just keep hammering that. And I'm gonna get into people's ear who I know, not that I have any sway or anything, but I'm still putting that, because real talk, I think that it is an opportunity to expand what they're doing, because they, like, the first time they did it, some of the people that they had in there, the game wasn't necessarily as good as this most recent game was. But what they did, they realized that they needed to be able to have some people in there that could actually play basketball, not just, personalities or what have you. And so, it's not about fame or fortune. It's about, I know I got family that can ball, so I'm trying to make sure that my family gets on the squad. So, there's no discussion. When they call you, Dabs, you got to go. And whatever I got to do to make that happen, then, I'm a man up and do my part for that. But we know you're going to represent for the family anyway. And I also want to shout out G4 Vision, because he rocked his SoleFood SneakerTalk on his travel and his part of his first day in Chicago, and that was straight love, so we were still represented even though neither one of us were able to be there. I just thought that was super dope.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. It looks like the people we need to holler at is the Monday Midsole. They down with the Butter Movement. So I think the Butter Movement played against Crew Kicks, his squad, on the second game is what we're seeing from the Monday Midsole. So that might be who we need to holler at to get that in, so we can get Dabs, a.k.a. our Bo Jackson, to step up and get in the game.
Okay, so y'all, so Monday Midsole,
y'all keep putting it out there.
Bruh, you got a duck now. You got a duck,
Dabs. You, man. That was last year.
Bruh, yes. No.
We'd have talked you up at this point.
Because then the only other option is for me to go out there and embarrass myself. And, I'll put myself on the line for the family, but, I'd rather have my more capable family out there handling their business.
I think that's one thing that you said. I think the people want to see them guys miss shots, and I don't think they really want to see a real basketball game. They want to be able to clown the person that kept missing shots. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm telling you, they
kept, like Master P at the celebrity game this year. I don't know if you've seen the celebrity game, but Master P was a mess. That's what they want to see. That's what I remember most from the celebrity game is Master P airballing layups and throwing the ball out of bounds and falling over himself. That's why
they brought in some ringers too. Now, don't get it twisted. So all I'm saying is, we need to be part of that, and I elected you, the person, to go forward and represent us. So,
oh Lord.
So then,
and as long as I can get Beard to come in on my side, I got the quorum. So let it be written. So let it be done.
I'll hold a clipboard. How about that? I'll be like
that's my job. What am I supposed to do?
Magic Johnson, player coach. Pause.
So we do have Dallas coming up, and we got Atlanta coming up too. Just for the chat, let us know if y'all checking either one of those. I think Dallas is in July. Atlanta is in August.
Bro, if you know the date for Atlanta, you good, because I don't know.
Atlanta hasn't been confirmed. Dallas is July 8th.
8th, yeah.
July 8th. So let us know if y'all doing that. I know this Sneakerheads clothing line is probably gonna hit up Dallas. I'm
gonna put myself out there, and I shouldn't be saying it because I actually have something else planned that day, but I may be able to get out of it with some sweet talk and some jewelry. But Beard Jedi, if you do go, I will fly down there to. I'll fly down there.
What? You'll fly?
Fly.
Wow, Beard. Bro, you gotta make that happen, man.
Because
that's like being Baracus saying that.
You see what I'm doing for the family right now, because Shoe Mama said you in the doghouse. You know what I'm saying? So right now, you see what I'm doing for the family. I'm really, you know.
Doghouse.
Y'all love
Louis Bag and Doghouse. I hope you guys heard that.
Damn.
I did hear Louis Bag. I heard that very clearly. I ain't gonna lie.
Shit, like Lou Williams bag?
Now, Atlanta, I'm not making it because I could drive to Atlanta, but I'm not driving to Dallas, so that's not going to happen. So if I'll do a quick trip to Dallas, but I'm putting the pressure on Jedi. You know what I'm saying? No. This was going to have to happen. Jedi has to have a YouTube channel by then with at least 3 videos. And Jedi, you have to go to SneakerCon.
Guess y'all won't be seeing dabs. Guess y'all won't be seeing dabs in Dallas. It's too much. It's too much. The pressure.
That's a setup for an excuse right there, bro.
I mean, he put it all out there, didn't he? Damn.
He just don't want to meet me. That's all. I get it. It's all good. just say what it really is. You don't want to meet me. You know, it's all good. I'll take it on the chin.
Man, that took a turn quickly. Jesus Christ. God damn it, Illa Ills. Look what you did, Dabs. Jedi still ain't got no damn channel.
Jermaine,
I don't.
Jermaine Manning, you ain't going. I'm telling you, I will go. It ain't nothing to me, man.
Not if you put those parameters down. It's not going to happen, bud.
Hey, let me tell you something. Like real talk. I've been at this amusement park now. We went 4 days in a row: Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We didn't go today, but it's made me like, if I could ride a roller coaster and have my hands up and go crazy, then I can ride on the airplane, man. So I'm gonna get over it and I'm gonna go on the plane. So real talk, Jedi, if you meet my parameters, you know what I'm saying, you will see me in Dallas.
We're gonna have to work on those parameters, bro. I mean, it sounds like you got Colin Kaepernick's agent, man. I don't know if you're gonna get the job on that one, bro. The only hesitation with me sound like Jedi catfish. No, the only hesitation for me for Dallas, I work like Saturdays and Sundays. I work 20 hours. Those are my 2 busy days. So for me to be off to do SneakerCon, even though Dallas is up the street, that's 10 hours I got to be off.
All right, we're gonna do the GoFundMe, family.
Woo, I like that.
The GoFundMe to get Beard to Dallas.
Look at all the hate in the chat. If you waiting on Jedi, you ain't going. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. This family ain't
how
shit.
does it feel to be OG?
Hey, if I get the sneaker collection with it, it feels damn good.
Oh man, you always got to answer, brother. That's why you the professor. That's why you the real professor.
That is funny.
Get Jedi off the plantation. Jesus Christ. Dab's the one with no shoes on. He on the plantation. But this show, today's show,
got 5 on it.
V's kid. Hey, when I go to Atlanta, I already know the car I'm renting though.
Okay.
V got that Camaro. We're gonna be riding in style.
Hey, what real talk, man? I mean, if OG and me go, we should already have a place posted up at Jedi's crib. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to pay for the hotel and pay for the flight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we should be posted up. You know what I'm saying? Orange juice should be served in the morning. You know, I like my bacon light. I don't like it burnt. You know what I'm saying?
Like
I like my bacon with that good crunch.
You want that pink bacon. We saw them shoes. Mama told us you like that pink bacon.
I can't even lie about that pink bacon.
Woo! Gotta love it.
The Jedi better use the Force to get to Dallas. Hey man, if I can figure out a way to finagle and save my check, that's what it is, man. That's all it is. Because Dallas is a lot easier for me than going to Atlanta. I literally have about 31 hours left of vacation this year, and then I need to start calling in sick. It's probably gonna happen at some time. But you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. If my boss is watching this, I didn't say that. I've been hacked. Ricardo Bonner said pussy and eggs.
That's right, boy.
Someone saw the video.
Boy, that's Shoe Mama right there. I didn't say it.
Hey, I thought it was brilliant though.
Yeah, it was.
That shit was brilliant. So this week's show, we're finally getting around to the top 5. We tried to do top 5 about 3 or 4 episodes ago, and then we called the audible. So this week we got 2 top 5 lists to get to y'all. We got our top 5 shoes, and then our top 5 Jordan silhouettes. So I want to go with Dabs first because Dabs always has a different take on things. I would like to know, what are your top 5 shoes, Dabs?
Top 5 sneakers, any brand, top 5 all time. And, family, this is subject to change due to the fact that, next year, I could, like, I don't know, for me, I like ones a lot. And then all of a sudden they came out with a ton of ones and it's drew the interest away. You know what I mean? And the same thing is almost starting to happen with 11s, especially the lows. So, but let's just get into it. I got my list together here, so let me do the screen share. This is a boo. I should already have this together. I didn't know Jedi was coming to me first, though, so I can at least use that as an excuse. Give me
Black people. Black people, always late.
Hey, that's racist.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
darker people. All right, hopefully you guys can see me right here. So my top 5.
I tried to say the Paul George already on the list.
Nah, Paul George definitely not on the list there. But the top 5 for me, most definitely the Air Max Penny ones. That's number 5 for me. This shoe to me is just totally ridiculous, man. Oh man, for me it has a deeper meaning because this was the first shoe I had, but it was the first shoe I had and I didn't have it. I would draw the shoe over and over again. We came up, we didn't have nothing. We was just, we couldn't get Nikes. We rock whatever it was from Payless. You know how it is, man. It's a regular story when you coming up with nothing. But I would draw the shoe over and over again until I got it perfected. And I had my book of drawings. Now, I'm not a good drawer or anything, but this shoe I could just keep making. I wanted this shoe so bad. Still have never got the chance to get these bad boys. So but it is number 5 for me. Number 4, scroll up a little bit. I got them olive 9s. And a little bit of story background behind this one. It's the shoe that, to me, it has always eluded me. I think they came back out in 2012, and I went to purchase them, and they did not have my size, and it was something that it's always eluded me, but I just always loved that olive colorway on them joints. I don't usually like that on a lot of shoes, but I think it fit so perfectly on this particular sneaker. Number 3 is going to surprise you. It's the LeBron 2. I had these back when they originally came out, and I ran them to the ground, hooped in them, styled in them, had the strap, lost the strap, found the strap, then lost the strap again. But this was an awesome made shoe, and I hope when they finally do retro this particular sneaker, that the quality that I had back then to really last through a lot. I hope they come with that same quality with this particular sneaker. Just dope. Had the etching, had the strap, the zoom air in the front and the rear. Totally dope sneaker.
Yeah, that's a good looking shoe.
Number 2, black cements. It's simple. You know what I mean? It's a simple colorway. It's damn near the most classic Jordan that's ever came out. But I just couldn't. It's just not more classic than my number 1, which was of course, the Concords. The Concord was the first Jordan that I bought with my own paper. Actually, it's the first Jordan I had anyway. My parents never bought me J's, never got none of that stuff. But first Jordan I got, used my own McDonald money to go ahead and purchase these shoes. Man, it's just a forever love affair I have with them. I think the second time they retroed, I had them as well. And every time I had them, I just tore them up to death, balled in them, crushed them. But it was well worth it to look good on the court. So that's my top 5.
That's not a bad top 5 at all. I knew the Concords was going to be number 1, the 11s. For those of you who haven't seen Dab's video, the Sneaker Family's video, he did a nice video where he was talking about the Concords. It was a video about the classic Reeboks, but he was talking about the Concords and how he went to school, and he was fresh to death that day. So make sure y'all check that out, man. It was definitely a dope video. One of the best videos he's had since the 2 times he's been on the show, since he's been on the back on YouTube. It was dope. The penny ones, that specific colorway, you don't like the all blacks, not the red and whites. It's the black, white, and gray.
The penny ones, you talking about the black, white, and blue ones, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. I think that was the first colorway to drop for the pennies, if I'm not mistaken. But it's just that the way that they made that sole come up off the midsole and then kind of come onto the shoe, and the way that shape goes around right there. Then you got the Nike sign encapsulated in there. That's what made that shoe totally dope and classic to me. And like I said, it's a shoe I never had, but I did have, through drawings and just imagination for real.
Man, that shoe, when they retroed and they brought out the black ones, I was able to get the all black ones. That shoe was uncomfortable as shit. I don't know if the original version was like that, But the remastered or whatever, the re-release, the retro, whatever you want to call it, horrible.
Yeah,
It felt like wearing a brick.
My son had the all black pair as well, and you know, he wore it. He wore them to the ground like he does with all his other sneakers. But I was just almost living through him at that point. Like, dang, my son got my shoe that I wanted as a child. You know, when I was his age, I was the one drawing and all that stuff. And I finally got him a pair. I think they actually just had him at the Nike outlet. People don't respect that shoe, but you know, they had him at the Nike outlet. I got to grab him a pair. I was just looking at it. Every time he wear him, like, dang, he's rock. He get a chance to rock dope shit that, you know, when coming up, you just don't get that opportunity to do, which is always, to me, super dope to kind of live through that and reminisce through that.
The Olive 9, I kind of forgot about that shoe. But for cats in our age bracket, that shoe with a pair of Jabot jeans or some shit like that, a Nautica shirt, top outfit, period. You could not fuck with nobody had them on with the Jabots and the Nautica shirt. That shit was classic as hell. You got some love in the chat, too, on your top 5. Of course, a lot of people like the Concords as a number 1. Timber Stan got the Jordan 12s, the OVO black and white ones, the Jordan 12 PSNYs, the Jordan 1 black toes, the Air Max 1 OG, and the Jordan 4 braid. A lot of Jordans on the top list. That doesn't really surprise me, though.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you mean all this other, you know, Ultra Boost. You can't have, if somebody got an Ultra Boost in their top 5, I'm telling you, I'm gonna hit that unsubscribe button. I'm keeping it 100. Nobody better not have no Ultra Boost in their top 5.
They too young for you to be following them anyway.
804 King. So Don turned to the 804 top 5 list of Dylan's votes. Phone posit. That's pretty accurate. That's pretty
accurate. Spits out fire.
Because he spits out fire. That's pretty accurate, man.
That's funny.
I like that. And we got another Gone Postal 28 said he got the black cement 3s all day, which I expect to be on the top of the OG's list. But I don't know. OG, your top 5 sneakers list. What you got, man?
This was very difficult for me. So I got what I got. After I'll do them. I just tell you what's at the top, and then everything else it could be in any random order. Black cement 3s all day, every day, with the Nike Air on the butt. That's it. That shoe is just redonkulous. It's whatever. That's the fucking shoe for me. That's it. I could just have a collection of nothing but that shoe, and I'd be happy.
Really?
Yes. When people ask you, well, if you could only have one shoe, easy, Black Cement 3. And no hesitation, none. Even if they got fucked up leather. Now, of course,
wow.
That's
true. I mean, I agree 100%. They come out with a bootleg leather. I got to get them, and I'll pay retail. I won't care. I will not care.
It's just that dope of a shoe to me. And I really don't necessarily feel that way about the white cements.
Mm-hmm.
Although they would be like, say, maybe in my top 15.
Gotcha.
But black cements. After that, I couldn't decide between Bread 4s. Shout out to Cadillac, who helped me bring a pair into my collection here recently, and the DB4s. A lot of people don't mess with that DB4, but it's just maybe because as a kid I was like a real Superman dude, you know. I just like that. I really I mess with that shoe a lot.
Yeah.
Here's an OG moment: Adidas Shell Toe, the classic, white with black stripes, the one I like to wear when I rock the mic. Y'all know the deal. Yeah, that shoe just has so much memory for me, pre-Jordan, like this is coming up junior high school, that was like the first thing after I told you the story about the jocks. So after Chucks, for me, like the unattainable shoe that everybody was wearing was it was those classic shell toes.
Right.
I never have gotten bold enough. I saw a picture today. Somebody had them. I don't know what you call it, but I'm gonna say the crosshatch, where you the fat laces, but you do two colors. So you lace them the regular way straight across, and then you do the checkerboard up and down. I just always thought stuff like that was dope. You know, I was never swaggy enough back in the day to even try to attempt that, let alone even know how to do it. But I just, you know, I think about those type of things when I think about that shoe. Reebok questions. Not a particular, you know, colorway, but just the you know, the original, you know, question. Um, I always thought that was just a dope shoe. You know, it probably has a lot to do with how I feel about Allen Iverson as a player as well. But you know, just the combination of him and, you know, because that shoe was really different. I mean, as much as it had kind of similarities to maybe some other things, it was also different. I mean, it kind of had, in some way, it had a feel to like an 11, but then it really wasn't. You know, it was kind of like in its own, you know, kind of thing. So just you know, just a really important shoe for me. And then last, I have a love-hate relationship with this silhouette, and that's the Jordan 1s, but the black toes, you know, specifically. Just I like that because you know, I kind of go back and forth between how I feel about all red shoes, but just that, you know, black on the toe, then the white and the red, you know, just kind of all of those mixed together, as opposed to, you know, like the Chicago's or whatever, where it's just red and white, that type of thing, or even the Breads or the Royals. But yeah, so but those are not in any particular order. It'd be difficult for me to kind of rank them probably past 3, but definitely on the top of the hill for me is Black Cement 3.
I knew the Black Cement 3 was going to be there. How many of those do you have in the collection now?
I have actually everything except DB4s.
But I mean, for the Black Cement specifically, how many pairs of those?
2.
I know you got. Yeah, I was about to say I know you got
2.
multiple of those.
Yeah, 2.
And then
after February, hopefully I'll have at least 2 more.
So you plan on doubling up next February?
Bruh, I'm trying to go hard. I might triple up. I ain't gonna lie. Wow. Especially because it got the Nike Air on it. Come on, bro. Yeah, I got to.
Yeah,
I mean, I might. This is gonna sound crazy, but I might even be like, "Yo, y'all need to hold these." And when it's that time, you know, when you put me down in the suit, DC3s.
Well, you're not dying, so I vetoed that.
Okay, I received that.
You're not allowed to die. Sorry, I already put in the call. I already talked to 45, and I talked to Obama. So double down. You can't go.
Do that.
The shell toes. I actually have the shell toes on my list too. Are we talking about the white with the black stripes, or does it matter?
No. I definitely am in love with that classic, like I said, them, you know, white with black stripes, the ones I like to wear when I rock the mic. But I don't leave it to just that, because, you know, there have been some, you know, other, you know, kind of iterations and colorways, you know, that are definitely, you know, really dope. But I mean, you just can't get it. That just is just flat out, you know, when you say like classic silhouette, to me, that's kind of equivalent for that line, like how people talk about the Concords.
No, I agree with you on that. I mean, it's I think it's almost arguable that if they didn't have the Superstar 80, we wouldn't know shit else about Adidas.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of other shoes that came out that no one really gave a fuck about. It just wasn't, it didn't hit like that.
And those shoes were hot even before, you know, Run DMC, you know, dropped the verse about them. I mean, the reason that they dropped the verse about them was because it was hot.
Yeah, it was the cultures.
Like, you know, New York B-Boy, that was a standard shoe. If you didn't have that, you know, other than, you know, maybe, you know, slight to Puma, but, you know, the Puma suedes.
I'm going to break the outline real quick before I get in the chat and ask what they got. OG, you got the shell toes up there in your top 5 shoes. Where do you put Run DMC in your group's list of hip-hop?
You know, I'm too old to ask that question.
Nah, man. You know.
It's too much. They're top 5. They're top 5.
Top 5.
They're top 5.
I can't argue with you on that. Dabs?
I got 2 old schools in my top 5. And it would be, one will probably surprise you. Run DMC and then Sugar Hill. Because from a business standpoint,
yeah,
you know, I'm a cat that I really, really give respect to people who are trailblazers. And not to say that they were, they were definitely, I mean, there was people, African Barbada and a whole bunch of other people that were doing it in the streets. But when it turned to business, and understand that it was a put together, but even in being a put together, it had to work and you had to make it work. And they wasn't no one hit wonder. They were bringing it. And they, opened the door for Flash and, and it just, after that, it just, it just kind of, it blew wide open. But yeah, those, and my two old school.
What about you, Dabs? Where you got Run DMC in your top? They're not even in your top.
Nah, they a little before my time. So I can't really relate. Like,
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. Like I give them the respect for what they done for the groups game, and I actually like Rev Run's solo album better than I like most any other Run DMC album. Like his solo album was dope as hell. I think that came out in 2004 or some shit like that. It was a pretty dope album. But for groups, Run DMC is just respect nod to me. But when it comes to groups, man, it doesn't get any better than Outkast for me. That's
generational, and I respect that. I mean, it's something. I mean, I sat in my room with the 45, with the LP long play, Rapper's Delight, listening to it a million times so I could catch all the verses. That to the point that my mother was trying to hide the joint from me.
Yeah,
and I went and bought another one and hid it between the mattress. And like an idiot, didn't realize that if I would roll over on it, that
Snap.
It would break.
Snap. I miss that. We're going off the rails. I'm gonna bring it back here in a second, but I miss going to a record store and getting some good ass crate digging in, seeing what they got, ordering. Like back when I worked, because I worked at HMV in Atlanta before they closed their joint down, and you had to do international orders. You could import albums that was just the maxi single. It was like 8 tracks of the same song with different beats. I miss that. Nowadays, you don't get the tangible aspect of buying the album and getting the liner notes. Sure, you can go get the top albums, but you ain't gonna go and get no maxi single of Black Sheep. It ain't out there like that. You're not gonna get that. So I miss that, man. I miss that. But anyway, getting back on topic, man. Illa Ills got the his top 5 is the MF Doom Dunk SBs, the Jordan 1 Black Toes, the Nike SB Trey, black and red. I don't know that one. The Jordan 4 Cement Military Blue. I've never liked the Military Blue Jordan 4. It's just a weird looking shoe to me. And the Jordan 11 Bread, which I'm sure that there's going to be multiple people that got the Bread 11s on their list. Sneakerhead clothing line, the Air Force One Low White. What?
Really? That's kind of for some people, and I'm sure Cadillac might not be in his top 5, but for certain areas, the all white Air Force One, bruh.
Really?
Yes, it's everything.
That's like you got to put your drawers on in the morning. If you're hitting the streets and some crispy, brand new, straight out the box Air Force One, that's no joke right there, boy.
I'm kind of shocked at that one because Sneakerhead seems like he's not a hype beast, but he definitely seems to grab some more eclectic kicks. So for that to be on his list kind of shocked me on that one. The Air Jordan 1 Breads, I got that one for sure. The Jordan 3 Cements, the 11 Cool Gray. I'm surprised I didn't see that one more. And the Reebok Question Metallic Blue Toe. Yeah, the Iversons on point. Caddy has got, I saw Caddy's listening here. I'm trying to scroll back because y'all been chatting it up. The Royal Phone Posit 1. Do we know Caddy to have phones? Like he East Coast Caddy.
Wait, he got a phone?
Yeah, he got the Royal Phone
That's
Posit.
That's not New York, son.
The Question Red Toes, which we talked about that before. The Jordan 11 Concord, the Jordan 12 Playoffs, and the LeBron 7 Christ the King. Which, where's that video, Caddy?
Yeah, absolutely. Video? What's up with that?
Because I mean, we've had some discussion, and I knew that one was gonna come up. It was actually dope what you shared, so I'm waiting for that.
I just got a text. Do we know if we're still live? I just got a text that said they lost the feed. Do we know if
it's looking good? Live to me. We're live on the show, and
they lost it it was about 2 minutes ago.
Okay. I just got the text. So.
And they still chatted up. They kind of went into the hip hop discussion too, so I guess I'll chat this one out too. Top 5 rap groups: Run DMC, Wu-Tang, Outkast, UGK, NWA. That was Sneakerhead clothing line. Illa Ills got Tribe Called Quest, Outkast, Mobb Deep, Dilated Peoples, Little Brother. I like that. Real World Kicks got 3-6 Mafia. I saw that video you did this week too, bro. 8 Ball and MJG, UGK, Outkast, Hot Boys. Hot Boys.
Hot Boys. Really?
That was a movement, though, man. That was a movement.
Was a big movement.
Okay. That was major movement. I'm with you though. Musically, I'm like, all right, but that was a major movement.
Didn't Master P have the 504 boys for a little bit?
Master P had his hands in everything, bro. Ricardo Bonner has got his playoff 12s, the Red Toe questions, the Gamma 11s, the ASIC Gel Light 3s. I respect that one. And the Red Suede 21. I got you on that. We all love, I love how the chat's going back and forth. 804 the Kane has his top 5 list. PE, Public Enemy, NWA, Run DMC, EPMD. I like that one. Yes. Wu-Tang 5 down to 1.
American Paris making dollars.
I never really liked EPMD either. Their music annoyed me. I respected it, but their music annoyed me.
Man, the Green Eye Bandit was dope lyricist though, man. Just his whole flow and swag was on point and was very original.
Diggable Planets in my honorable mention from Sneakerheads Clothing Line.
Cool like that. For real, just off of one track.
It's that one song. It's that one song. No one heard Blowout Cone, bruh. They heard that one song and that's it. Wu-Tang, NWA, Run DMC, Public Enemy, Tribe. That's from Don Turner. That seems like if Don Turner ever came down to Dallas and picked us up for SneakerCon, I expect all of that to be played in this music. Absolutely. So for my top 5, I started feeling really old when I was making this, and I looked at it a couple times and it didn't change. So you'll see when I get through the list. Like it felt really, yeah. So these are not in any particular order. Of course, I already said I got the Adidas Shell Toes in there. I do have 2 pair of those in the collection. So that's absolutely going to be in there. The Jordan 1s, of course, going to be on my list. And then it got a little weird. The Duck Highs, because of the Jordan 1s, I almost feel like that's kind of should be the same shoe.
Yeah, it's like they kissing cousins.
Yeah, it's like the same shoe. So then if we doing that, I would say the Reebok Classics would be on my top 5 list. And the Club C's would be on my top 5 list. That's why I started feeling old, because I'm like, to me, those are really classic shoes that can go with anything. You can pull off a Club C with some khakis if you still wear those, some chinos, some joggers, some shorts. Like, they never get played out, and they $34 right now. So
at Finish Line.
Not that we get paid, but yeah, the Club C's, man. The blue interior and the blue sole, and the white ones with the green Reebok.
I love the white with the green Reebok. The white with the green Reebok is so dope to me.
It's such a clean shoe. Like that one, if I could ever be on my DJ Clark Kent, it would be the Club C. I would have a closet full of those and wear them a couple times and then throw them out. Well, I would throw them out.
They just did a Kendrick Lamar Club C too, didn't they?
They did a black and white one.
Yeah.
Didn't look that good.
No, it didn't.
Y'all give me 1 second. I got to step away.
Go for it. And then he had another one. I want to say it was I know the green one was a Reebok Classic, but he did another one that also didn't look that good.
Yeah.
Like, I think all they're trying to do is just add a different color and better leather on the shoes, which I applaud that, but sometimes it's not enough. And sometimes it goes the wrong way. You know what I mean?
Well, that's dope anyway. I mean, I've been looking at Reebok, and even the outlets now are having the classics that are done in suede and then having the gum. That Reebok, the quality is really stepped up too. So that's really what I like about what Reebok has been doing. The classic though, which one is number 1? Which one that you named is number 1?
It's probably like out of the classic or out of my top 5 list.
Out of your top 5, period. Out of your top 5.
It's probably that Club C. I really like that damn shoe, man. Like so when they were first out and we could get them, $45 was the price, which then was pretty mid market. But I remember when I was working at this is when I worked at Foot Locker, and when I worked at I forget, it's called Kenny Shoes or some shit like that. Supermarket of Shoes, that's what it was. I literally had 11 pair of Club C's. Wow. It was just a perfect shoe. And that was when they did the Club C's with the width. So having a wide foot, at the time, it was like an 11 wide. Perfect. Perfect. Get them creased up, throw them out. I get my discount. It's $20. I was in it. So for me, that's a dope shoe.
That's an interesting statement. I got a question for you. I got a question for everybody. What silhouette of sneaker do you have the most of in your collection, current date?
Oh, it's the Jordan 1 for me. I went hamburger. And like I told the story before, but for the people who don't know, this is episode 24. I found a pair of Jordan Bread One lows. I never was on ones. I found a pair of Bread One lows at the outlet for like $35. And I put them on and I saw them on my feet with the jogging pants I had on. It was a wrap. And then I went hamburger. So the Jordan 1 for me, I have 8 pair of ones.
Wow.
Actually more than that, because you got the white ones and all that shit. So yeah, it's probably somewhere around 11 pair of ones.
What about you, OG?
I'd probably somewhere between the ones and the tens, because I think I mentioned before too that when the City Pack dropped, I went off, and because I was able to pick up a couple of those overseas exclusive, shout out to my dude Pablo the Plug. I got the Paris and the Londons, so that kind of took them my number of tens over the top. And it's weird because I like tens, but I don't necessarily like them like that. But I do have this thing about collections, and sometimes if I think it's a really dope collection, I have this thing about like wanting to get as much of the collection as I can. And so I liked a lot of the shoes in the City Pack. Matter of fact, I didn't get all of them. I got everything I wanted except for the Shanghais. That was the one that I liked the most.
That's a clean
that I wasn't
shoe.
able to get my hands on. But because of that, I did the LAs. I got the NYCs. I got the Paris, the London, and is it the Charlotte?
Yeah, the Charlotte, the white with the purple. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got those 5. Plus, I already had at least 5 pair before I even went in on that. So, go figure. Wow. And ones, because they've had so many, and they were, kind of classic silhouettes that I didn't have in my collection because I didn't have them from before. But I was kind of like, had the same epiphany, like Beard. I hate how ones feel if you wear them for a long time because it's just it's an old shoe, old technology. It's basically like walking around in your bare feet. But on foot, oh my God, they are amazing. And I understand, I get it. So I saw it and I was like, it's a wrap. Now I gotta do ones.
And for me, it's the Reebok Classic. I got probably about 7, 8 pairs of Reebok Classics right now. And number 2 will probably be like a Saucony Grid, but I've just been heavy on that right now. So, but as far as the collection, mostly is Reebok Classics that I got in my collection.
Have you worn the monochromes that you got recently?
Which ones?
Because you had like 3 pairs. You got the orange one, you got the
burgundy ones, and I wore the orange ones. I had an orange polo shirt to go with it, orange monochrome with the gum bottom. So I wore the orange ones, but I didn't wear the burgundy ones. I think the other pair were, I don't remember the other color, but yeah.
It's kind of interesting that you love that shoe so much and it didn't make your top 5.
Well, as
of
far
course
as
it's going to change.
I guess if we're talking like silhouettes, it would be up there per se. But as far as like, I can't pinpoint one particular Reebok Classic and say, oh, that's a top 5 Reebok Classic. Like almost like an Air Force One per se. Air Force One is like a super classic silhouette. But as far as me pinpointing, I'm sure people in the chat, they probably can't pinpoint an Air Force One that they like. Somebody said in the chat, the all white joints. But for me, I couldn't pinpoint one Air Force One and be like, yo, that's better than a Concord or that's what I was looking at. But as far as silhouettes, the Classic is probably number 1. Reebok Classic is number 1 to me.
Yeah,
it's to me, that's like one of those shoes, kind of like what I was saying about like the shell toes, or how Sneakerhead Clothing Line was talking about, them cocaine white Air Force Ones. It's just kind of that silhouette that it was like if you was fresh to death when those were hot, that's a shoe, one of those shoes that you had on feet.
Am I alone in saying that some of these shoes are better with the cheaper quality? I personally like the leather Reebok Classics, but I really like the nylon and suede Reebok Classics. Like I like the Nike Cortez, which did make my list today, but if you asked me yesterday, it probably would have been on there. But I like the Nike Cortez with the suede and the nylon better.
I like it on the Cortez, but I absolutely hate on the Classic for some reason. For me, a Classic was always that all leather with either the clear soles or the gum bottom. Right. That's why I used to love with the Classics, but with the Cortez is absolutely dope.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
It's interesting because we've become such quality hags on this show. You know what I'm saying? And even in our collection, we've got to the point where it's quality. But a lot of that shit didn't have quality. Puma's Clydes did not. There was not a quality shoe. But
true.
We was like,
it ain't necessarily now, but I mean, they quality material.
I don't know. I would say my grandmother. This was back in the I want to say the 80s. And she had a Nike Cortez that she had for a very long time, and she passed it on to my little sister. And not really like passed on. She was like, "Hey, you want, my sister? Can I have these?" Boom. She, we didn't have Nikes, but my grandmother had an old school pair of Cortez. They lasted. You know what I mean? So even if, what I'm saying, I don't know if the craftsmanship was better. Maybe the materials weren't great, per se. Of course, the Cortez never had leather like the daggone Air Jordan 1s that they're making now, whatever. But still, the craftsmanship to me seemed like they put the shoe together to the point to where it would last. Almost like how they did cars back in the 70s and 80s. They make them to last. Besides now, they make them for about 5 to 6 years, and then you got to make a decision. You know what I mean? Keep putting money into it or get a new one. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with you on that. Yeah, so quality may not be the right word because the craftsmanship was on point, but nowadays it's like they use different materials, but the craftsmanship still ain't the same. It's interesting that you said that. Ills even made a good point. He's like no comfort as well. So when Dabs said that about Lil Dabs, he was talking about him wearing the shoes out and stuff like that, and I was talking about how uncomfortable they were. I don't know that we paid attention to comfort when we were kids. It was a shoe. It looked good, and it was hot, and that's what I wore.
Exactly.
Now that I think about it, club seats weren't especially comfortable.
That's similar to Air Force One, the bottom, right?
Yeah, they're not really comfortable, and they weren't hollowed out, so it was a hard ass shoe, but you rock with it.
To me, that's the same. I mean, I know I told y'all the story about my thing with the Converse, and that was like the upgrade shoe for me. And I don't ever remember them feeling on my feet like how they feel now on my feet.
Right.
But I think, it's when you're young, you're not feeling nothing like what we feeling right now. So,
like when you put on a pair of Weapons or you put on some Chuck Taylors and you're like, how the hell did they play basketball in these? Y'all like
I'm telling you.
Those weapons are really bad comfort wise. But if I wanted to rock my little brother's, my big brother, pair back in the day, it would have been nothing if I could have fit his size. It would have been nothing at all. But now it's like, no, that's important now. But back then, heck, man. Jordan, even really, to be honest, like Jordan 3s aren't that comfortable, but when I was rocking them back in the day, I didn't care. My feet would burn, whatever. It didn't matter. You just got to be fly.
Did they feel better than those athlete techs you had on last week?
I ain't gonna even lie, man. Those were actually comfortable for the time I had them on.
Word?
Yeah, they were comfortable. They were flexible, all that. But it's funny. I actually threw away in the trash like 2 days ago. Man. I literally threw them in the dumpster.
Come on, man.
I did, man. I don't want to disrespect. You can't get out of the way, man. That's disrespect, man. If a kid open that up and be like,
what is this? What is this that they have sent me? I cannot wear this.
It's funny. That's what's going to happen. They rather do what I'm doing now, being barefoot.
I think that I need to wear this on my feet.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it was funny though, because we went to the amusement park with the Kings Island, and they literally, I seen somebody walking through the amusement park with them on. It was just a different colorway. I was like, oh dang, we have Kmart here. So, but that was crazy. I seen somebody actually wearing them. It just took me aback a little bit. Like, man, I don't never want to, take anything for granted because, after I threw them out, I seen somebody actually wearing them. I was like, dang, that I could have gave those to somebody.
Yeah.
It'll say you bad and bougie, man.
Too bad and bougie for them skips. Yeah, I mean those FUBUs. Like I think you ended up, even though OG won the contest, you ended up winning because your feet didn't hurt. Both of us was about to go to ER, man. We was like, this shit is terrible, bro.
It's painful, bro.
Those FUBUs I did drop off the next day in one of those bins. They got a bin of a bunch of clothes that didn't fit in them shoes. I gave them away. Dabs out here acting like Prince Akeem.
I wore the what wasn't very comfortable yesterday. I don't want to get too far off topic, but I wore the Air Jordan 15 Stealths yesterday, and my feet were literally burning. I had them on for about 3 or 4 hours at the park, and my feet were burning.
No ventilation, man. Them joints.
No, it was the bottom of my feet. The bottom of my feet were like literally on fire when I took them off. I was like, this is crazy, man.
That sucks. I wonder if when we do our customizing show, we get somebody to tell us how to hollow out that insole and put them Kobe drop soles in there or something. That would be dope. That would be dope. The other part of the top 5 we have is top 5 Jordans. I definitely want to hear Dabs on this because I know he was conflicted. He probably been working on this since show 1. So I gotta know, Dabs, your top 5 Jordans.
Top 5. So we're talking. I thought we were talking top 5 silhouettes, correct?
Yeah,
top 5 Jordan silhouettes.
Okay, yes. Cool. I just want to make sure. Okay, top 5 Jordan silhouettes. You already know what's number 1. It's the 11, and it's it's my very first shoe that I purchased. The Concord. They got so many classic shoes within the Jordan 11, whether it's the Space Jam, the Bread. I got a question.
Yeah,
real quick. Why is bread, saying the word bread, such a bad thing now? Why is that not the thing to say?
From what I gather from people who say it is because
it's an OG
a newer
thing.
term. Yeah, it's a newer term.
They don't really
like it.
That they don't respect. It's not bread. It's black and red. Don't combine my shit together.
But why is this so bad? It's just like
you should have asked this question when Jumpman was on. Because
was Brangelina so bad, or you know what I mean? Or I don't know, man. I think sometimes we take some of those things a little seriously, don't you think? Like, oh, it's bread, and then if you say bread, oh, it's not bread, it's black and red. It's kind of like, is it really that? Is that a real conversation piece for real, or do people really get offended? I guess that's why I'm asking.
I don't think it's offended. It's just they don't. I know Jumpman. He just doesn't use the term, and he just because that's not when they talked about it when they were kids and when they came out. I should say we were kids because I'm only a few months younger than him. It was black and red Jordans. It was bread is something that was a new school terminology.
Okay. All right, so Jordan 11, because they got so many dope. You got the Space Jams, you got the bread, black and red, whatever, and then you also have the Concords. Those are just 3 very, very dope shoes. The Jordan 3, of course, you got the black cement, the white cement. I even love my fire reds. They dope, and it's just a classic shape of the shoe, classic design. Jordan 3, that's number 2 for me. Number 3 would be the Jordan 4. Jordan 4 is just for me. As far as how they look, I don't think it's super, super crazy, but I'm also figuring how they look on my feet. And the Jordan 4s, they look awesome on feet. You just look down and you just feel like royalty for real. Number 4, Jordan 12s. Not only are they stylish, but they are comfortable. And it's a simple shoe, but it's not simple. I mean, it's a great design, but through its simplicity.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Jordan 14 rounds out the top 5. The Jordan 14 to me has just always been most of the time when they come out with a Jordan 14 is something that I usually do want.
Jordan 14, I didn't see that one coming.
Especially the Jordan 14 low. I like the low.
But do you like most of the Jordan lows? Or are you a high top kind of dude?
I like the 5.
Not that there's much difference in the 14 high and low, but
5 low is cool. 11 low is cool. I don't like the 12 low. 14 low is. I think 14 low might be the dopest low. One of the dopest lows. But you got the Jordan IE 11 low. That's my top low. The Jordan IE 11 low. So I think lows are cool. I'm much more selective. It all depends on the colorway. Like these Chutney 13 lows, which is everything. So
yeah, I'm looking at the list here. Cadillac Jackson got the 11s. the 1s, the 3s, the 17s, and 12s. I feel like I'm guessing a lot of these lists are going to be mostly the same. Not that we have much choice with that, right? I mean, when you grew up, you saw what you saw, and some of these shoes are just going to resonate. Jordan 1, Jordan 3, Jordan 11, Jordan 4, and the Jordan 5. That's Sneakerheads clothing line. Most of these are probably going to be, I'd say 11 and down for the most part, is what I would guess. I feel like OG's is probably going to be a little bit more eclectic than that. OG, what do you have for your top 5 Jordan?
3s, 4s, 23s, 12,
23s.
And I got stuck after that, so I got just 3 that are kind of huddled together for me.
The 31 and what else?
No, 11 ones and 18.
18s too. So you got a couple of those high ones in there.
Mm-hmm.
The 15 didn't make your list.
No,
I'm shocked at that.
I got to do top 5.
I got you. Any of those colorways specifically for those that you mentioned?
Are they specific colorways? No, just a silhouette.
Just a silhouette.
23s are dope, man. I love the 23s. They are dope. Just the last pair threw me off that I bought, man. Them Red Chicago joints, they fit so weird, man. So
right.
I actually was on eBay trying to get some OG pairs from, I think they came out in 2008, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm trying to get some pairs from back then to see if they actually fit differently.
I think that's what threw me off. It's one of those shoes I always liked too. And I was going to, even when Trophy Room came out with theirs, I was like, okay, I like those too. But then when I heard the Chicago, everybody was saying when they came out, the fit was weird. I'm like, look, I don't have a narrow foot, so ain't even no point trying, especially at $250. I wasn't finna do it. And now it seems like they're hitting the outlet, so I may put my bid in, but how many red shoes do I need? Like, I'm getting to that point now with my collection where I'm like, all right, I've done the fun part of the collection. Now let's be practical.
Yeah, I mean that Chicago 23 is kind of like an outlier. You know, in terms of like the issues that people had with it, but the rest of the 23 line is dope as shit, man. Real talk, I love to just get everyone I could get. I mean, to include those titanium 23s, which are some ridiculous amount of money to even get them. But yeah,
the Chicago ones are all leather. The other ones have like a different material
mesh,
on the side, right? Like a mesh, yeah. So if I could get those, like the black ones are so sick to me. Black ones are sick.
The stealth, yeah.
Those.
You talking about the very first colorway to come out?
Yeah.
That's the one I was on eBay. I just lost out on the bid just by a little bit, and I was gonna grab it.
If I was at home, I'd be holding them up right now.
Love them joints, man. Them are so fire.
Them dope as hell. Ricardo Bonner's got the 12s, the 21s. I like that. 13s, the 11s, and then the 3s or the 10s.
Which one's the 21s?
The 21. OG said those two, I think.
No,
you said 23s.
I said 23s. I had 3, 4, 23, 12, and then I had 11 ones and 18s. Yeah, those are dope.
My screen, those are the 21s.
Yeah.
I don't see those often at all. I've seen them, but I haven't.
There's a few colors of those, and that red pair is one of those.
The red pair is
that
dope.
Are just fire as hell. They got the gray, and then there's like a blue.
Yep, there's a blue version. There's a black one, and then they got the white one. I don't remember the white one. And then there's some other off colors. These are like fake ass samples or something like that. But that's an interesting pick too. 804 King of Foams and J's got the 3s, the 11 low, the 11 mid. I see how you did that. The 7s and the 6 low. The 6 low, really?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Top
I'm
5,
looking at
6 low.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that's interesting. They don't like the 6 low don't even have colorways that are dope. Like even if the shoe is dope, like the colorways.
The black chrome ones is dope.
Yeah,
I love my black chrome.
That's
it. Shoe is fire, though.
Yeah, the black chrome,
right?
All the rest of them to me. The Seahawks weren't too bad though, but I didn't like the infrared ones. The infrared ones look terrible.
I personally don't like infrared anything. Like the fact that it's not red annoys the fuck out of me. Don't call it infrared. It's pink. Just say it's pink. V's Kicks got the 6, the 4, the 12, the 8, and the 11. That's dope too. I see a lot of 6 love in here. That's dope. Top 5 J's for Don Turner. He got the 5s, the 9s. I think you're the first one to say the 9s.
Yeah, man.
The 6s again, the 11s and the 1s. It's pretty interesting. So for me, I've got the bread ones. That's the number one. Like It's just that shoe for me. And like I said, that came late. It's one of those shoes I never really paid attention to. Once I got on foot, I was like, that's a winner. The Jordan 12s is my number 2. And for me, it's still going to be that Gym Red 12. I still haven't worn mine. I'm looking for a second pair so I could actually wear them. The Jordan 10s, and for me, it would probably be the Bulls over Broadway. I got those a couple weeks ago. Haven't worn those yet. I want to wear those with my brother because he got a pair too. The Jordan 6s will be my next one. And I only have one pair of 6s because it took me a while to figure out how to rock those. Like I said, 12.5 is my perfect size, but in the 6, a 13 is way too big. And I got one pair of the Bulls and the 13, so I don't really wear those often. But I do want to get some other ones. Probably still be the Bulls or the History of Jordan ones. The red joints, those are dope. And then the last one on my list is the Jordan 4. My favorite 4 is probably the Dunk from Above because of the quality on that joint, and that blue is dope. It's just a different shoe. I've got enough black and reds, and I've got enough whites and all that. But that one, the different colorway. OG has a bad taste in his mouth because I said the Dunk from Above's.
I'm looking funny. I'm looking funny myself. I'm looking funny myself.
Out of all the sea of 4s that's out there, wow. Hey, but it's all good. I wasn't trying to give you the gas face. So if I looked at you, it was like, wow, really? It was like you took a bite of your sandwich and something else slipped up in there that you didn't expect. And it's like, it didn't taste bad, but it's just like surprised you.
OG kicked me off the show right there. I think I just got fired.
Nah, he spit that sandwich out. That's what happened. He had that sandwich. What?
Threw that shit in the trash. Fuck that sandwich.
They're not a bad shoe, though. They're not a bad shoe. I just can't put it over the what I'm talking, the cements?
Probably the cements or,
or the breads.
Those tend to be people's first 2. And like I said, it's just for me because of all the colorways.
Being different.
No doubt. That's much respect.
Nothing wrong with that.
I think the quality on those joints are just crazy. It's just
much respect, Beer Jedi, but you're wrong. No, I'm joking.
right. As Skip Goes Hard says, in my accurate opinion. Let's see what we got on here. We got Real World Kicks, the 1s, the 11s, the 2s, the 13s, the 12s. Jermaine Manning got the 1s, the 11s, the 12s, the 8s, and the 5s. The 8s? Is this the first person to say 8s?
I think it's the second.
Who else said 8s?
I didn't see an 8 before. I know Jumpman would be going crazy right now.
I think V's Kick said 8s.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. The Pony Hair 4s. Gone Poster said the Pony Hair 4s is his favorite. How about that?
Yes, I respect that.
Same face.
I mean, I got them, but they weren't, I'd get rid of them for a pair of Dornbecker 4 in a heartbeat.
You got the Pony Hairs?
Yeah, bro. I got them. I got them when I went to SneakerCon in New York.
So you kind of like the Pony Hair connoisseur on the show.
It is what it is, bro, man.
Rocking with the houses.
You got the hood weed 4s, man.
Don't you know?
Here we go. Who we got? Warrior Blood got the 12s, the 11s, the 13s, the 1s, and the 4s. Like I said, a lot of these numbers are gonna be the same, but that's no shade. It's just that's what it is.
She did say 8, so okay, we missed it.
Yeah, we missed it, and I read hers too. My bad, V's.
And that Warrior Blood,
because there's not a lot of them.
I can't figure out how to rock them right. It's like, do you rock them with the straps open? Do you pull them back?
I had never heard that strap controversy until I think the homie One Leg Lister said that on his video. He was doing his 8s. He said never wear them strapped. And I'm like, wait, there's an option? Like, I didn't know people didn't wear them strapped.
Oh, and man. Then most of the people I see, they wear them unstrapped, but it's a bunch of different ways. Some Jumpman said he just let them flow because he liked to hear the clank clank when they're hitting up against one another. Then I saw shout out to Steezo68. I saw you had some posted up today, and he had it kind of curled in, to themselves.
He got them shits looking like wings. They kind of, it's like he got a big ass bow on his foot. So I never saw that.
Mine got to be strapped, but I do feel that the shoe cut is so high. Like they don't look right with joggers. I don't like them with jeans, to be honest. They look okay with shorts, like a khaki short or something, but To me, they don't look right with everything because of the cut of the shoe. It's like it's high and then it rounds up a little bit, so it's kind of a weird cut to rock with everything.
That's what
I kind of feel like eights, like I said, I think last week or the week before, like how I feel about fives. I see certain silhouettes and I see the pictures and like, oh damn, that shoe is fire.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I put it on my foot, it's like, wah, wah, wah. I just,
I mean,
that could be, feeling.
We could damn near do a top 5 on that because the Foam Posits would be my number 1. I think that's a great looking shoe. That shit is so dope. When I put it on my foot though, nah, bro.
I got a question for the fam. This is
sir.
All right, real quick because it's getting to be 9:30 and hey baby, what's the score? Score, baby.
The game is coming on. We gotta get to the dessert.
No, it's already on.
It's already on. But I was looking at somebody's list here. Warrior Blood was the one said 12, 11, 13, 1, and 4. So it led me to the question: what 3 models was Jordan's best consecutive models? Like, do you think the 1, 2s, and 3s was the best, or was it the 4, 5, 6? Like, what was the 3 consecutive models where Jordan Brand was just killing it?
That's a hell of a like. God,
I started off. I'm going. That's why I was thinking about Warrior Blood. I thought 11, 12, 13 was crazy. The 13s is not a bad silhouette. The 12s is dope, and the 11s is crazy. I love the 11s the most. That's why I figured that. But I can see where somebody would say 3, 4, 5.
They lose me on 5 though. That I can't get 3 in a row.
But the 3 and the 4 is so dope to compensate for the 5, possibly.
Nah, but they all got to be dope. That trio is not doper than what you just said, which was 11, 12, 13.
Yeah, when I think about that, like I would almost go 9, 10, 11, but I don't like the 9s that much. So yeah, I think the 11, 12, 13. Yeah, and the chat is agreeing with you, like quickly.
Yeah.
Ricardo, 11, 12, 13.
Ricardo Bonner, 11, 12, 13. Illa Ill's the same. Warrior Blood, 11, 12, 13. KJ Mark did 3, 4, 5. I can see 3, 4, 5 in my opinion, especially if somebody loves the 5s.
Nah.
11, 12, 13 for Don Turner and Say Boogie. Hope I'm saying that right.
Say
11, 12, 13. Say I Boogie.
Yeah. There you go.
11, 12, 13. But I can see where 3, 4, 5 will come up if somebody likes the 5. My wife is the biggest fan of the 5. She loves 5s the most. It's probably because she has a smaller foot.
Okay.
But, she might go.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Yep.
So nobody gonna say the 2? Like we did this whole list on Jordan 5s. Nobody said the 2. No, y'all just gonna hate on the 2 like that?
I have a better appreciation for the 2, but if I'm gonna be honest with myself,
yeah,
you can't. It's like the 5. You can't say 1, 2, 3 because the 2 is just going.
Man.
But you got a dope 2 though. That you had the K. Was it the K54s?
Yeah.
See,
that's why. Is that why you love the 2 a little bit more because you got that fire shoe, or is it something else?
When I got that shoe, I realized how fucking comfortable it was, and it looks good on foot. But so I don't really have a problem with it. Like when you feel like you go from 1 to 2, from a just walking around comfort level, 2s almost feel like. I love 12s not so much, probably equally for how they look and then how they feel. 12s is like probably, if you press me, I would say the 12 comfort-wise is the most comfortable Jordan. 1 through 31 is the 12 for me. And after that, for me, it would be the 2. So, but it's the high, not the low. I don't fuck with the low. I mean, I got some, but I'm strictly talking the high. So it gave me a better feeling for it and respect for it that, I could expand, my collection of tools. I don't know the score.
I don't like the midsole or the outsole on the 2s. I never have, but I tried on a pair when I was at the outlet and I was like, yo, these are dope. The colorway was terrible, so I didn't get them. But the feeling those on feet, the 2s for me are hella comfortable. The 10s are hella comfortable. Those are 2 shoes that changed my mind once I tried them on. And it's funny that the 2s, Jordan didn't like the 1s when they came out, and he didn't like the 2s almost to the point he was going to leave Nike. How the hell did he like the 3 enough to stay and save the brand?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. Say our Boogie said, I just responded to this guy, saw it pop up on the chat, says he don't think sneakerheads care too much about comfort. I agree. Sneakerheads under 40 don't give a shit about comfort. The ones over here, over 50, we give a fuck about comfort.
Yeah, you have to. I mean, you have to, and it's interesting.
But I agree with you. And back when that shoe was in its maiden voyage,
yeah,
I wouldn't have cared about comfort either, because I could rock ones and be happy with it if I was wearing some damn Chuck Taylors.
But that OG2, the white one with the red and gray trim,
Mm-hmm.
that's a clean ass shoe.
Oh yes, sir.
That's a clean one right there. I don't like any of the other iterations, but that white and red one that's a clean ass shoe right there. I'd probably go ahead and scoop those if I find them at a good price.
That's funny. I actually like the lows better than the mids.
Wow.
Or highs. I love the way. I think the low the two low might be the best low with a pair of jeans.
I give you that.
Yeah, I just think with a pair of jeans.
If you take out the Chrome 6s, I agree with you.
Chrome 6s is dope with jeans too. I'll give you that.
Wait a minute. I gotta think about it. So you think you think the 2 lows is better than 11 lows?
I think 11 lows is dope with a jogger.
Okay.
I mean, I think 11s really do it. You can that patent leather just shine through anything, to be honest. But I think just specifically a 2, because to me, like a lot of people ain't rocking jeans no more anyway. So if you're going with a jean with like a vintage jean or something like that, I think a 2 low would be so crazy with it, or even a 1 low. I wear 1 low with jeans a lot too. You know,
they went a little crazy with the reptile pattern on the 2 lows. For me, I was like, I just can't do it. It just don't look. It looks weird, especially because I wanted the blue. Like before I saw the blue in hand, I wanted the blue in the UNC. I guess they call them.
Yeah,
those 2 lows. I was like, yeah, I need to get those. And then I saw them, and I was like, what the fuck is all this reptile print? I was like, no, you ruined it. If they had just been smooth, I'd have been good.
I still need. I've been sleeping. They like $70, $80 now, man. They so low. Yep. I've been sleeping on them, man. I got the white and red ones and with the black in, and they so dope. I like them.
Yeah, it's a clean ass shoe. Dabs, I think you took the duty of getting the bill and the dessert together. What we got for dessert this week, sir?
Ooh, we got some dessert ready for you guys. Today, we are going to entertain a new game, and it is called, if I can pull this up.
See, black people.
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Are we up? Can you see it? Know Your Resale.
Know Your Resale, sir.
So I will be the host of a new game show called Know Your Resale, and we're going to pit.
Got a little game show music?
That almost sound like the new Love Connection.
Hey, I do what I can, man. No copyright.
But it's Know Your Resale, in the game in which you will be rewarded for knowing the resale price of certain releases of shoes that came out this past year. Some hype, maybe some not so much hype, but I'm going to put OG against Beer Jedi. And we're going to see who scores the most points. We're going to go about that way. Chat, please feel free to participate.
Know Your Resale. To the professor.
So the first shoe up we have for Know Your Resale is the Nike Air Max 1 Atmos. They retailed for $150, came out earlier this year. Very hype sneaker, especially when it first came out. But right now, what is the current average resale on this shoe? OG?
$750.
Okay, $750. Mr. Jedi?
I'm just gonna say, based on the way those shit sold out, probably about $850. $751, $1. Yeah, I'm gonna.
We're not doing the $1. Okay. Well, you guys are actually both over right now. The average retail price for the shoe is only $400.
Wow,
so the chat is the winner.
On Postal, Cadillac Jackson, Ills all said $450.
Dang, I should have gave them. My bad. Next time I'll give the chat the chance to say something too. I'll give the chat the chance.
They cheating, man. They on the Go app.
Especially Cadillac. Cadillac knows the retail, man. Cheating ass.
But everybody's saying 400, 460, 600 for these kicks, 550, 450. So they right in the range, Yeah,
and I think the key is that you said the current resale.
Yeah, current resale price.
I was thinking of when the pack came out and people had them up, they were going for like $8 to $1,000 for the damn one shoe. So yeah.
Yeah, and I did this because I just like sometimes we have people that are in the chat and they actually, they want to know what the resale prices are. They like, do you think this is a fair trade? I see people in the chat sometimes asking for stuff like that. So I just thought that this would be helpful on a couple of hype shoes that's going to be coming out or that's already been out to know what the current value is.
Hey, if the chat playing, put your fucking phones down.
Yeah, exactly. Turn off GOAT.
StockX
Flight Club.
StockX having asses.
All right, let's get to the next one. We talking about the Air Jordan 4 cause.
Oh shit.
Retail for $350. The one I missed out on, the one that everybody wanted, and everybody can probably get for under $350 if you want a fake pair. But if you want an authentic pair, OG, what is the resale?
Well, I gotta go first. Ask Beard this time.
All right, Beard Jedi, go ahead.
Thank you.
I think they're still going for about 11. They're still going for about 11.
11,000?
No, 1,100. $11 million.
All right, OG. What's the resale on the calls for?
Okay, let me look. You know how like in the game show people be shouting out prices?
Stop
okay, come on, chat. Y'all shout it out.
You cannot look at the chat. Put your phone down.
I can't look at the chat. What are you?
Come on, man. That's cheating. That is cheating, bro.
OG is out of order. The chat's out of order. This whole damn game is out of order.
Next time I'm going to OG first.
I have to go. I'm gonna give the same answer as Beard.
You cannot give the same answer. He answered it first. Either you go higher or you go lower.
You should have went first.
$950.
$950?
Yes.
All right. Winner that round.
Hold up. Ask the chat.
The chat, they've been already dropping the jewels. They got 1,200, 1,200, 1,200. A lot of 1,200, 1,300, 1,250 to 1,400, 800, 1,250 and 1,050. The answer is 1,200. So Jedi, you won that round.
That's what's up. You should have went first, OG.
The score is tied 1-1. The intrigue is here. Next sneaker, Adidas Yeezy Boost 350 V2 Zebra. Retail for $220 of them things. OG first. What's the resale? What's the current resale on this sneaker?
Well, look, I was just watching Scoop 208, and he said the price is coming down.
Yes, it has.
Because they got another release coming out.
Because they get ready to restock again.
Yep.
So what you talking?
I'm still gonna say a stack, $1,000.
$1,000, okay. Mr. Jedi,
I'm gonna say 6.
6 what?
600.
Okay. And the winner is who's closest to the mark. Oh, let's get to the chat first. I'm sorry.
The chat is all over the place. We got 850, 1150, 750, 700, 800, 1300, 950, and 600. Warrior Blood says 600. It used to be 1,800.
Okay. So the average price, $900. That's what's going for on average. So the chat is pretty much some a little high, but for the most part,
I told you they on StockX and GOAT. They faking. They looking at the same thing you looking at.
Our family selling shoes to each other. Y'all a bunch of resellers, honorable reselling ass.
So OG is up 2-1, Jedi. You got some work to do. And the next shoe, it's funny because the next shoe, Jedi, you should know what the resale is because I think it's one of your favorite releases of the past year.
I didn't pay the resale, whatever it is. Oh shit, yeah, those are bricks. Shout out to everybody who got 9 pair trying to resell those.
Air Jordan 1 Retro Royal. The retail price was $160. Jedi, you have to go first this time. What's the resale on these joints?
200.
Okay, Jedi got 200. Mr. OG?
250.
Let's see what the chat got cracking right now.
Chat is saying 280, 260. I think those are only 2 that answered so far.
Yeah, look like somebody said
250 for these kicks.
Yep, 250 Super Ran, 300 for Ricardo Bonner.
400. If I get $400,
who paying $400 for some Royals right now?
Right,
Don Turner, man, he paying too much money for his kicks.
Don Turner, I got a pair right now. I sell it to you for 400.
You buying Air Force Ones for $250.
Cadillac Jackson said 3. By Erish, I believe that's how we say that. 250. Warrior Blood 260. Jamie White 220. 804 to Kang 275. What we got, Dabs?
The answer is 240. OG sneakers.
They still going for 240?
240 is the average price.
Wow.
So
wait, where are you getting these prices?
I have sources.
Damn it, this game is rigged. I knew it. I knew it.
Oh, man, so basically, OG has already won, but we're gonna do one more shoe that I had. You know, we don't have to, but we'll do it for fun. I think this shoe might cause a little
triple points.
Triple
I need a chance to win. Triple points.
If OG agrees to it, how about that? If OG agrees to it,
I'm taking my win. I very seldomly get a win on this show, so I'm running with it, bro. Okay. I'm not giving you double your money. All or nothing. Man. I ain't doing it.
See, man, he come over to your house and gamble with you, and then leave when he win. He'll give you a chance to win your money back. Don't invite OG over the place page.
I'm send you home with an Uber
though. I'm with it. What we got, Dabs?
The Adidas A16 Pure Control Ultra Boost Kith Flamingos. They retail for $220. I put it on there because this is actually one of my favorite shoes. I actually love this shoe.
It's a good looking shoe, but that's like a unicorn. I don't even see those for sale. I just see people showing them. I don't see those for sale. So I'm gonna guess since they were at 220 and that's an Adidas Kith, I'm probably gonna say 600. I'm just gonna say 6.
Okay. OG.
These kicks at 50.
I really don't have a clue, to be honest with you, but like you said, it's Kith and it's an NMD or is it a boost?
Ultra Boost.
The chat don't know either. They all over the place. So you can't cheat there.
800 for OG.
The chat is saying
what the chat say?
700 to 900, another 50 for V's Kicks, 450 for Bayarish, 500 for Caddy, 400 for Ricardo Bonner, 220 for Super Ran, Jamie White at 450, and
782.
So weird ass price. Don Turner, man.
Don't forget about the 37 cents, Don Turner.
Don't buy those shoes for Don Turner. He gonna hit you with a weird ass PayPal price. He be like, Don, how much are those? Those would be $203 and 56 cents. Like what?
Well, the answer is, and I almost want to give Jedi some double credit. Only reason because he got the price right on the money. $600 is the resale on this particular shoe. So with a score of 3-2, OG is the winner of. What's the name of the game again? Oh, Know Your Resale.
Know Your Resale.
It's your game.
Yes.
The chat ain't nothing. So the chat don't want it with us.
Yeah, so like I said, just wanted to kind of put that out there. Maybe we'll hit that segment every once in a while so the chat can be informed and we can be informed as well to know what we should be paying for sneakers that's been hyped up.
Hey, if y'all still want to pay $240 for them Royals, I mean, I'm just saying, I got a size 13. That's extra.
Don Turner selling for $400. That's a deal, man. You better.
I'm trying to sell them to Don Turner. Don Turner, I'll sell them to you for $350.
And $50 for shipping.
Yeah. For 10-day shipping.
Skip the invoice for $400. I got you, Don Turner. It's a steal.
Guaranteed in 14 days, dog.
Jump on that, son. No tracking, no signature. Jump on that. Hey, Western Union me that though. Western Union me only. No PayPal. Western Union only.
Oh boy.
What we got coming out this week, man? What we got for the bills so we can pay these people?
All righty. Let's see how much we're gonna have to pay. We'll find out here. All right, number one. Well, this released today, and I actually think it's a dope sneaker, but I don't know what the quality is going to be looking like on these bad boys. And for me, I always, I've been knocking down the Air Jordan 1 mids, but the lows actually I do like. I like the lows a lot. But the Air Jordan 1 low swooshless came out today at the price of $150. It's definitely for me a shoe that I'm looking forward to grabbing at like $60 or $70 if they are available. But OG, what you think about them?
I don't know. I haven't. I can't. This is the first time I'm actually seeing it. I heard people talking about it, but I kind of been off the radar, so I haven't really seen it. Would you hit me with in the text last night, Beard man?
meh, like a motherfucker. That's definitely. I feel the same way. Like I like one lows. That's not in question. But these colorways, man, the baby blue snake. Unless I'm from Detroit or some shit. Shout out to V's Kicks. I'm probably not gonna rock no baby blue snakes. I'm just saying.
I really, honestly, I don't really mess with one lows that much because the quality of the materials usually suck. They like instant crease. As soon as you look at them, they be like, crease.
And it's not a quality crease. It's
that hard ass.
Yeah,
somebody cut you with a knife across the top of your shoe crease.
Yeah. It's not a wrinkle quality. It's a snap.
For sure.
So.
What about you, Dabs? You copping these?
Like I said, their price dropped by at least by half, and they're still available. Yeah, I mean, last year they came out with the I don't know the exact name. I think it's the Chrome One Lows, and they came out when the 6 Metallics came out. I grabbed them on the back end for like $70. And that one also. And those came with the special box, the bag, and the special gold hang tag and everything as well. So I thought that was a smooth find. So hopefully next year around this time, I'll be able to get these for the low. I'll wait.
Yeah, the lows for the low.
For sure.
These kicks here, old school players would work.
Oh God! All right, next one up, we have the Air Jordan 4 GS. They're coming GSIs only. The linens. They're gonna be $140 for the small foots. They drop June 10th of this Saturday. None of us will be able to get a pair, but is there anybody else that you guys might be wanting to get this pair for?
I don't think I know anybody with small enough feet to rock those. I like them. I wish I could get them. I think it's a real clean look. But if I knew somebody who could rock them, I'd probably help with the ooh.
What about you, OG?
Love them. Wish I could get them. Neither one of my girls on them. But I just put it out there, V's, or if anybody need to assist, if I can help, let me know.
Real World Kick said those ones you were talking about, Daz, were the Pinnacle One lows.
Exactly. That's exactly what they call.
Yeah.
Looking out on that. For these, I don't know if my wife has seen them yet, so I'll definitely show them to her. This one actually is a little bit near and dear. I think a couple weeks ago, I still got the pair my son used to have when he was a real small fry when he just came out the chute. So, getting these would be a little more sentimental, so my wife and my son can actually have the pair. Just
Yes, Don Turner, they are extended, but it only goes up to a 9 or
9.5. Yeah, like 13s and 11s. We SOL.
And these dope as heck. I really do like these joints.
Yeah.
We got the chutneys. Come on now. Do I have to say much else? I mean, this is definitely the release of the week. 175. They come out on Saturday. OG, I know yours is locked in, right?
Come on, bro. Yes.
It's a no.
Well, I can't say it's locked in, but I gotta do it. So I might have to get on my hustle grind because like I said, it was only a couple places that had tickets. I don't got that donut magic yet in any spot yet, so I can't just call up and be like, yeah. Got that. I almost, no lie, I almost did the fine line joint. I was like, nah, I couldn't with the price.
What is he paying? What is he selling them for right now?
I want to say it was 3 something.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Hang on, I'll tell you. Yeah, it was like that.
Wow.
But if they end up being too tight, to get, then if you want them like that, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Shit. For those of us who wanted those linen fours, you can always get that Pure Money white one and get them customized. Just saying, there's ways to get that shit.
True that. I never thought of that. That's real talk. That is a true statement.
What about you, Jedi? The chutneys, you feeling them joints?
No, sir. I will have a lot of money in my pocket in the upcoming months. There's not a lot that I'm looking forward to getting. We'll pass on those.
All right,
you might have to shoot the shot, bro, for the family.
Not a problem.
Let me see. What are these joints doing? Man, so you can move on. I'll tell you the number once I find it. I'm trying to get his site on my phone. It's kind of.
You talking about as far as the pricing for him, or?
Yeah, I just wanted to. to remember what that number was anyway. Not the regular pricing, the
and for me,
team early pricing.
And for me, it's definitely I got to lock them down. I didn't do the ticket thing. I'll be camping. I'll be camping for them. This will be the first camp that I've probably done since last year, probably 4 and 11 or whatever. So these are definitely have to get copped. Only 2 stores in my area have them, which was very surprising. So I need these in my collection. So I'm going to do what I got to do to get them.
AV, do they got the reservation for the chutneys? I'll wait for your response, sis.
Like Kick Square got them for $179 right now.
For the chutneys?
You know what?
For the chutneys, yeah.
You know what?
Man. Right.
Don't start that, man.
I'm just saying.
Don't. Keep moving.
They got them for
you were doing so good, man.
What?
You were doing awesome, man. You were kicking ass. Do not. Don't fuck it up. Don't do it.
179 on Kick Square, you know. So if you miss out,
people in the hotel probably think I'm crazy right now because they wonder what the hell who I'm talking to.
If you miss out retail, go ahead and get them from there if you need them.
He's such a troll.
Let me move on, man.
He's such a troll.
Nike LeBron 14. I cannot pronounce that word. What's that? Agamat. What does that mean?
I'm not really sure. I remember reading it, but I don't remember. I didn't retain it. It's something that has to do with where they're released. It's something to do with the actual culture where they're released. So I'm not really sure. On the internet. So if anybody wants to search that out, that would be awesome.
Goodness, are these being released here or no?
I heard they are coming over stateside. So they already released in where the hell they are. I forget where they're at. Okay. But they already released over there, but they are coming over here. I think that's a stateside release.
I guess he sold out because I can't find them
up there.
So did this pair intrigue you, Beer Jedi?
Absolutely. Now, like I've already said, the LeBrons I'm kind of over because they don't really have a casual shoe that I like, but I really like the colorway on this shoe. So that's probably one I'll take a look at. It'll sit, so I'm not in a rush to get it.
That's what's up. What about you, OG?
Real word King said Aggiman means pass.
Means pass. That's hilarious.
That was dope. Yeah. No, it's a pass for me. I'm no interest whatsoever.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's just all blue. To me, it's a mess. It's a little bit of a mess. And last but not least, so we can satisfy Mr. Foams, 804 King of Foams and J's, Nike Foam Posit Pro Tech Fleece, price of $230, and they drop on the 9th of June. This coming Friday. For me personally,
not getting those.
He's not. Oh, he doesn't like them.
Yeah, he hates that shoe.
Oh wow, I think they dope. I'm glad they're Tech Fleece instead of wool. I thought they were wool at first, and then they said they were Tech Fleece, so it's going to give it a little bit different feel. Will I cop them? No, I'm still waiting for the eggplants.
They could have called them wool, and nobody would have challenged them on it.
Yeah, I agree. I want to see how they feel. I do want to see how they feel, but it's definitely a pass. It's
not gonna feel no different because it's hard underneath that shit. It's just that Tech Fleece.
Oh, so it's just they just put that over the top.
Yeah, just put it over the top. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, here it is. Yeah. Now the chutney lows are they're $250 now.
$250.
Buy them today.
Damn, he dropped $100 off the price.
Yeah, he did. Probably because they releasing,
So he got his on sale for $250, and Kick Square has it on sale.
They were more in the and he usually does do that. From what I've seen, like as you get closer to the release date, you just try and move it out. So
no, but he's saying compared to Kick Square.
I said just compared to Kick Square, that's like a $70
hike. Right. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Everybody, if what I want the chat to do, somebody buy from Kick Square, and then next week let me know if they legit. And
you forgot to ask when Cadillac and SoleFood, not SoleFood, Sneakerheads clothing line. Matter of fact, he bought that shoe you're talking about. Ask him.
What, the chutneys?
No. The other shoe you were talking about. That 4.
The 4.
Yeah.
The alternate 4s.
He just bought it.
How long was the shipping? If you're still in the chat.
Who got those alternate 4s from Kick Square?
Thanks, sis. I see you. Okay. Yeah, he might have ducked out to watch the game. I don't know. But I know I talked to him earlier, and he said that he had. Lister said he's purchased from Kick Square.
I might take a leap of faith, man, because of it. I mean, I don't know. I'm scared though. I'm telling you, I'm frightened.
So I need you to text me or call me or something, Lister. So we the question that we had, bro, was like, how can they do that number? And like a retail, but it's early, because usually if you hit in retail and you early, you're playing the up.
Right.
How does that
work? Like I said, they got the pure platinums on there already for like $139, and that's only a week later. So, I mean, I don't know, how's that work? How can one reseller afford to, sell it for one price and another can buy it for another?
I would really
come on, Lister, call me. I'll put you on the speakerphone, man.
I would really think about doing the early for the alternate fours. Like those are dope. Like I said, I can't justify it, but they're dope. I wouldn't mind having that.
Stop typing and pick up the phone. Thank you, sir.
They're legit. I'll hit you up. That's what he said, OG. I just want to know. Yes, I just want to make sure if I'm paying, especially retail prices, if I get a fake shoe, some people are paying retail prices for phony shoes. I don't want to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to pay, $120 or $110, then I know they fake. So I don't know. I just need to be in that. I just want to make sure everything is legit. That's all.
Hold up. The phone ringing. All right. Yo, what's up, sneakerheads?
The shipping is priority, and they ship the shoe up within 4 to 8 hours.
Hang on 1 second. Hey, don't hang up.
OG blowing up.
Lister.
Yo.
Okay, thank you. I thought I was gonna have to pull that Caesar card on you, because anytime he say call, you gonna call, and if you ain't calling me, I'm gonna be on my feelings, man.
Nah, man, you ain't about to get your phone. You always gonna call.
So what's the deal with, how do they do that? I mean, if you know, like.
All right. So the dude finds them at, he's paying like, 10, he buys a bunch of them. It's not just one, he's buying multiple pairs, right? And when he's buying these, he's buying stock in them, right? He's paying the guy like $200, $300 to get these things. Now, once they hit a certain point, when people ain't buying them and they're just sitting in his thing, he's got to get his money back. So it's retail time. Boom. Put him in retail. Get him out of that thing. Because he ain't got a store. It's like he ain't got a stock room. He's sitting up in the house somewhere.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So A, you got to get his money back, and B, you got to get the money for the next shipment coming in. I got to go get these things that are about to come out. So like when I got the hairs, right? I got the hairs for $10 under retail. I just got to get rid of these. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to cut your losses and just take a hit. But it keeps moving. You know what I'm saying? He's at least getting his money back.
So
sometimes you can give those people for at the beginning. He can get it. He can get the $255 for the people that want it a month early.
Right.
With the legit box and everything. Now, so I will tell you that I bought a pair from Foot Locker on the Royals. I bought a pair from Kick Square on the Royals, and I got a pair from Nike on the Royals. The Royal ones.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a video and compared all three side by side. Mm-hmm. And they're all the same damn shoe. There ain't no difference. Like, no difference. So this guy's in that big little sneaker boutique to do, to do the backdoor sale.
Right.
And that's where he's getting these things. He's paying so-and-so manager X amount of money, to get these early pairs, right? And people like me, who are a sucker sometimes for a sneaker that I just gotta have, and willing to pay that money for extra,
Right.
And that's just the gist of it. That's the thing of it. So, I mean, you can take the chance and go for the Nike app or the first come first serve like I'm gonna have to do for these chutneys, or you can spend a little extra dough and get the oop.
Right.
You're paying for that man's connection, and the reason that he can sell them out is not because at some point you just gotta make your money back and cut your loss, right? And you'll notice that like the Super Mega Ultra GRs, like the Rabbit like the alternate sixes or the pure money fours, then prices bottomed out quick because he realized there was no market for them. So he's just trying to make his money back.
Got it. Listen,
at least that's how it's been explained to me.
I got you. Listen, brother, I appreciate you.
Much appreciated on that, man, for sure.
I've given us the 411 on that, and you know, I just did my little jacked up phone to the thing, but it worked because it looked like everybody can use.
Okay, I hope I got through. I'm about to jump back in the chat right now.
All right, hey man, are you doing Dallas?
I'm trying. I'm trying to work that all out right now. I'm trying to get up there and see what I can do.
And have they given a date for Atlanta yet?
September 23rd.
The 23rd of September. Okay, that's what's up. We need. I know some of those are floating around, so I figured if anybody knew, you would know. So, all right, appreciate you, brother.
That's my jam. All right, brother. Have a good show.
All right, peace.
So, OG.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna pose. What size do you wear?
Okay, so no. So hang on, I got one more for you. So how many times have you bought from Kick Square?
Let's see. Chad was his book. I said he sold it. Daniel put me on the Kick Square. I say back in February. Ever since then, I bought the alternate 8s, the Game Royal 4s, the All-Star 1s, and man, I feel like I'm missing something. And I bought the Pure Money 4s on pre-order before they started, saying that eventually was going to be a general release, so they got me on those.
Okay.
But yeah, I bought all those.
But just in terms of the shoes, any question as to whether or not the legitimacy on them?
No, I've since day one. Well, out the gate when Daniel K vouched for him, I was with it. And then when I got my first pair, which was the All-Star 1s, it was a green light to me basically on anything that I feel like I couldn't wait for or I wanted just to get, so I wouldn't have to worry about the hassle. There's never been an issue. The only one thing that I had was when I got the Game Royal 4s, the packaging, like, what was it? It was the post office. They messed the box up. So it's not like it was their fault. It was, it was the post office.
Okay.
They messed the box up.
Okay.
So I've never had an issue. Everything has always came fast. If I've ever had an issue, all I would ever do is just email them, like, I emailed them about the box. It wasn't really their fault, but, I hit them up, just let them know, like, hey, post office, y'all might want to check them on that or whatever. But, no, I've never had an issue. And any show I've ever got from them, I basically did a review on, so. Got you.
All right, man, so we're going to get you in that SneakerCon game, right?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Everybody, if y'all listening, because I got it on mute, I can't hear Jack, but, yeah, y'all might want to vote for your boy and put your money up.
Damn.
Yes, sir. Well, we definitely going to, encourage the family. When you see those posts, if you do the Instagram thing, when you see those posts where they're asking who you think should be in there, definitely put up my man Dabs and put up Sneakerheads clothing line from the family. Both of them need to be in that game for sure. And when they get in, I'm going to get into the 3-point contest. There you go. I said it. I'm going to be up. Hey, and still put your money up. Because I saw what they was doing. I think I could take Kites down. I ain't, that's light work.
You can be shooting threes in them cold.
And it's on video now, so y'all heard it. Kites, you light work, family. You are light work on the 3-point contest. I ain't got no cue like you, but you light work on the court. All right. Wow, my family is like, I can't believe he said that. I hope he could back it up. Your look concerns me, Beard.
I picture you in some short shorts with some knee-high dress socks and them Cole Haans on the court.
Wow.
You know what? It's all good.
The Buck Williams shorts.
It's the shot. It's still like work. Go watch G4 video, then talk to me about your concerns.
He said he could beat Kites in a diaper. He said, Kais ain't no game.
Hey, all right, sneakerheads, I'm gonna holler at you later, family.
All right, until later.
I appreciate the call.
Dang, oh, that's crazy, man. It's a great conversation. We got to close this thing out, though. What's good?
Yeah, man. Let's get out of here. Dabs, you want to say shout outs to the people, and then we get OG and I close it out?
Yes, sir, man. Just happy to do this another week. Like OG mentioned today, it's been 6 months since we've been doing this. It don't even feel like it. I just really start thinking about 6 months. 6 months? But now that's actually kind of dope. Beer Jedi, the challenge is on. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to fly a plane. I'm coming to Dallas. That page got to be up. I need 3 videos and you got to show. You know what I'm saying? And if it's not that, then it's Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to have to, you know what I'm saying? We're trying to, we got to get you doing this, man.
Look at V's Kick said, shout out to Dabs. I got me internet famous tag. I would tag you on Instagram, but you're not there.
Ooh. Shots fired. Bang,
That's
bang.
right there, V's Kicks.
I'm trying to go on the airplane, so it's one thing at a time.
She's killing your rock.
I don't think it hurts. I think I got that internet famous hat from Route 21. That's the crazy thing about it.
Word. OG, you want to give your shout outs, man?
Hey, look, big shout out to all of our sister shows. What's up to Sneaker Files up there in Canada? They showed us some love on the IG the last few months. And really appreciate y'all doing that. Most definitely check them out. The Sneaker Files, PHILES. And their podcast is really dope. Talk about a lot of different things. Definitely want to check them out. Of course, big salute and shout out to the captain of the Starship, Caesar and Jumpman Bosick and the whole Sneaker Box podcast family. Check them out on Sundays. I understand that there's a rumor that they may be moving, so stay tuned and see if they're going to be moving to an alternate day. I won't give the information that I think I know. I'll just let them make that announcement, but still check them out. Of course, big respect and shout out to our family over at the Monday Midsole. One-Legged Lister, appreciate you calling in today. Homie, Polos and Jays, Buckeye City Soul, and of course the man Molly Mall. Check them out on Mondays, of course. That's why it's the Monday Midsole. But this week they was the Tuesday Midsole, but it's all good. They still got it in. I know they was on that jet lag from Chicago for sure. And just mad respect to my family right here. The man Dabs, the author, the authenticator of this Soul Food Sneaker Talk, and to the professor always putting it down, Junior, aka my man, 10 grand.
Hey man, y'all know what we do.
And y'all know the deal. It's your boy OG Sneakers live from Iowa. You don't know. I got Jedi. What's good?
And man, just want to say once again, Jumpman Bosick, man, keep your head up.
Yes, sir.
We all sending you all the positive vibes and prayers we got, bro. And we appreciate you. You're a legend in this game, man. So get well soon. Echo the sentiments of my brothers, the other 2/3 of the Solar Trinity. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us. It's a game tonight. It's an important game, and y'all stayed with us. We appreciate it for real. Y'all just don't know. So I want to say thank you to y'all for real. Y'all the reason that we keep doing this. Because if it was up to me, y'all would see me the next week.
Next week. What's next week?
Next week we should be doing the customizer show. But we have to talk about that because we got some things to discuss.
Oh, okay.
But it should be the customizer show.
Well, if it is, I got another idea. Well, we'll talk about it, but I got another idea too. So
yeah, so we'll let y'all know. Follow us on Instagram so we can get that out for you. But we're gonna go ahead and let y'all get to this basketball game. I'm your man Beer Jedi, aka the Black Alex P. Keaton, aka Stone Cold Steve Flossin, aka Kick Flair, aka the Boss Kick Ross, aka Fresh Luger, aka Chris Ben Raw, and aka the Suntan Superman, better known as Kickster Reeves. We will holler at y'all next time on another episode of the Soul Food Sneaker Talk podcast. Say what's up to him, Shoe Mama Nike Minaj.
He said, "Say what's up to him."
Looking like Erykah Badu.
Can you came in at the perfect time? Can you hit us with the piece?
With the piece.
Can you hit us with the piece?
Peace.
That's what's up. We holler at y'all next time, y'all. We out.